Welcome to another Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. I am Benjamin, and I am freshly haircut. And so I thought I better shoot another video. And I did a small video recently where I showed you some of the odd things that I was able to get from the ANA World's Fair of Money that was held in my hometown in in August. And now I have another video to show you. I've divided this video into two, though, so I can show you notes that are big enough to fit in the large size envelopes, and then I'm going to do a separate video with banknotes that fit in the smaller size notes. So without any further ado, let's get started on this shindig. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail because I like to shoot theme videos and deep dive videos, and I think I can do that better for some of these notes then. So I might point out something curiosity in passing, but I'm going to save a lot of the detail for the deep dive videos. I'm also figuring out where I need to look on my phone when it's turned sideways. So forgive me, I feel like I'm looking over here because there's lots of buttons, but I think the camera is over here, and I'm just having to learn how to look at that. So forgive me, and let's get. I've got a new get up, and so I want to see how it works. Let's get this set up for you guys, and then we will get started. The first note I want to share with you looks like it's just a Pakistani banknote, same vignettes that you're used to seeing in scenery, but this one has the addition of for Hajj pilgrims from Pakistan for use in Saudi Arabia only. So boom, that'll be a neat one. From Denmark, this is my first note in this series. It's a 50 kroner, and I think it has a lot of carvings from a medieval church. It's interesting how this centaur is a fantastic beast that can be found on the wall, although I'm not sure it's a true centaur because it looks like feet of a lion, no tail, but it's a half man, half beast, so it's a wee beastie nonetheless. One of my favorite style of designs are designs that are not cluttered up by too many legends and words. And while this one has legends, they are part of the frame of the image, leaving that beautiful fishing scene all by itself. This is a beautiful banknote from an earlier series from the Gambia, and I'll definitely be doing a close-up focus on that. I was able to pick up this splendid jaguar on a Brazilian banknote. Love these notes. Love this note. And one of my favorite notes, this has been a note on my top 10 list that I've wanted for years, and I finally have one. It's the Sunflower 50 Golden from the Netherlands. So this note always makes me think, with its field of sunflowers, it always reminds me of that Saudi Arabian note. Maybe you know the one I'm speaking of. If you don't worry. You'll see it soon enough. This is a note from Kazakhstan, and it commemorates a Winter Games, and you see snowflake logos. There's a ski lift or a ski jumper there. And I have banknotes from countries that have ski lifts on them, or ski jumpers, or ski jump ramps, but I've never had one that actually had the athlete on it, so that's pretty nice. Although, on the Winter Olympics of Korea, there may be a ski jumper on it. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But even over here, the foil is a snowflake, and there's little snowflake motifs on them. So it's kind of a neat note. Can't wait to share it with you more. If the aesthetic of this note didn't give it away as an Algerian note, the fact that it is an Algerian note should give it away. They just have a look about them that I absolutely love, and I'm very excited to have this note from Algeria. I'm very excited to have a friend from Algeria who's a top-notch dude, and I hope you guys are lucky enough to have such good friends from other cultures that I have. And in times where it's crazy and we don't know top from bottom, left from right, American from not American anymore, it's kind of nice to have somebody who is a good person that can be the face of reasonableness in some of the craziness of the world. These two notes are the real thing and the counterfeit. 10,000 pesetas from Spain, and I was quite happy to get them both. And, you know, some of you may not know this, but there's a lot of counterfeits out there that are worth a great deal more than the real note. This is not one of those counterfeits that is the case, but it is a known counterfeit. And it was a wonderful opportunity to get both of these at this show in Oklahoma City. I can't wait to share that note with you as a unique video. I was also able to get this 2 million whatsits from Iran, and it's actually a 200 Toman, I think, but it's a 2 million, whatever their currency is now. And I like the splendid dam that they have on this note. Back is a little bit, it's not all that great, but it's a real, a 2 million real, and it's kind of nice to have. Here's some Zairian high denomination banknotes from the end of from the end of Zaire, because it reverted to the name Congo. But I like the foils that the later notes had. And while they're not worth a lot, they're still kind of neat to have. I'm hoping to get all of the notes of Zaire, so I have a complete collection of them. This is one of the more pricey notes that you might encounter if you're trying to put together a collection of Zairean banknotes. It's a 5 million Zaires. And you can see that by this time it was getting a little cheap because it looks more lithographic on this side. This is one of the super early ones from Zaire, and I like the fishing scene. And I just like how it looks. It's pleasingly aesthetic. This note here would really upset my friend Polar Currency up in Polar Land, because if Bolivia can do a bicentennial banknote in 2025, how is it that the United States can't do one in 2026? I certainly hope there's something up the sleeve from the banknote printing here in the United States. But it's disappointing that Bolivia can do it, but the U.S. can't. So that was a note I was able to pick up. And I saw a story recently on line, and I had to pick up this $100 bill from Hong Kong. And it's not normally a note that I would pick up because I like to collect the smaller denominations from Hong Kong. But I like this one for two reasons. This is the beast from one of the Harry Potter movies where, they killed the little baby animal, and it was supposed to be this beast right here. So this would be a good Harry Potter note, but I got it because the story talked about the grandfather on the street who carved seals. And he told the story about the day somebody came and had him carve this seal, and it was somebody from the government. And they took his work and they put it on a banknote to commemorate the heritage and technology of a script seal, and how it's similar to the look of a circuit board. Isn't that amazing? I intend to do a deeper dive on that, and I'll try to get more information from that gentleman who did it. I was also, strangely enough, able to get a new note commemorating the 80th anniversary of the end of the Great War, and in this case, it's a celebratory note from Belarus. And it's a nice note. It comes in a very nice holder, although I thought I couldn't show you the other side. I like this note. It actually shows a baby's hand and a mother's hand. It's a nice red note. It comes packaged rather attractively, and that brutalist statue just looks really nice. I'm coming to appreciate some of the brutal architecture and work of the former Soviet Union and its satellite nations. So there's that. I was able to get this note. I kind of like getting the commemorative notes of Poland, so whenever I see notes like this from the Ukraine, I like to get them as well. This is one of the commemorative 20 hryvnias that's come out since the war in the Ukraine has come out. You see the bound hands there? It's something else indeed. I'll pull it out and show both sides at a future video. Here's another Ukrainian banknote. And this one, I think, was made to appeal to the affection of the world. In fact, it's called Unity Saves the World. And there's the Ukraine. And there's little love beams from all over the world. I'm guessing that's what that means. And I do like the theme. This note actually makes me think of some of the Brazilian notes that have, repeated scenes of, in this case, clasping hands from all around the world. And there's a trident there, so this is also a note that has a trident. And it actually shows the unity and solidarity with the Ukrainian people and the closeness of Ukrainians' victory in the fight against the Russian aggressor and the saving of the world from the chaos and darkness of violence. So we'll see if that really turns out to be the case. I started buying banknotes in graded holders for the first time in my life because they were so easy to get. I couldn't believe it. I was able to get a 10,000 pesos that I had not had for my collection. I got it graded, and I didn't pay that price, so I was pretty pleased to get it. So my collection of Guinea-Bissau is becoming more and more complete. Ticks off a lot of boxes. You have a fishing scene here, and you have Mr. Cabral here, and he was on the banknotes of Cape Verde and Guinea-Bissau. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice, rather. I said kind of nice, so it's kind of nice. And then I have this note, but I didn't have it originally holdered, and I paid less than $10 for it. So it's a beautiful note from Armenia, and it's a 500 dram, and it's all things Noah's Ark. So I've done a video on it, and I am very pleased to do it. I was walking through the floor of the A&A show when I was stopped by somebody that said, "Oh my God, are you Benjamin from Numismatic Notes with Benjamin?" And I have to tell you, oh my gosh, that is kind of a good feeling. I enjoy whenever I have the opportunity to be noticed as a celebrity, as small of a celebrity as I am. And this gentleman helped me get this note at an amazing deal at his table because he recognized me as Benjamin from Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. He helped me secure this 1 pound of Australia, which is the only note that has this particular portrait in medallion of Queen Elizabeth. So people who collect the portraits of Queen Elizabeth have to have this note to have a complete set of them. The closest thing to this note would be the small cameo engraving on the Bermuda banknotes of the last series with Queen Elizabeth. But even then, she's wearing the same crown, but it's a different portrait. So it's kind of nice. And it was from some of their notes where they had the series of everybody having a little carving like that. So I was pretty happy to get this Commonwealth pound of Australia. And I'm going to do a video on that. I'm very excited to do that. I was able to get a 500, I think it's Mauritania. And it's kind of a neat note. Well engraved and oversized. I really enjoy notes like this. So I can't wait to share a video with all the ones I was able to get of those. This was one of my favorite banknotes, and I already have one, but now I have two because I got an amazing deal on this Portuguese 10,000 escudos. And I like it because it has a map on it. It has a map of the human brain, and that's pretty exciting. And here's the man who got a he got a Nobel Award because he was the guy who invented you know, where you take the ice pick and you stick it in your eye, you stir up somebody's brain. Off the top of my head, I forget what that's called. It happened to Rose Kennedy, though, and lots of other people. And for some people it worked, and for some people it did not. And it is now a surgery that they don't do at all anymore. But this is a man who came up with it. And on the back, we show a Nobel medal, and we show a bundle of snakes. So it's a fascinating note, and I intend to share more with you guys on that note. And the final big note I have for you tonight is this banknote of the 2022 Winter Olympic Games of Beijing. We have a speed skater and the Great Wall of China on this side, and I'll have to open it up to show you what's on the other side, and I will whenever I do that video. But what do you think? Let's see my face here again. I hope you guys like my haircut, and I can't wait to share the other video with you. I'm Benjamin. This is Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. Have a jewel of a day.